the lovely, majestic red peacock in his natural habitat. Notice as he shies away from the wild peat. Look at the sheen of Pete's coat, obtained from the drink of hops and the eating of wild weeds. This song and dance, prescribed every Tuesday and Thursday. Nature, a wonderful gift.
Oh, I love it so much.
The worst. Dun.
So welcome everybody. We are now live on our YouTube page. If you're listening live right now, you can click the link above. And if you're not listening live and you want to check us out, you can look back on our shows. Two-Sided Podcast. That's TWO Sided Podcast. 3 different words. That's our channel. Check us out. We have a lot of fun here. You can see our beautiful mugs. We are currently just a couple of animation nation creations, but we will soon go live, and you will see us together in a place that we've not been together before.
I don't even know what you're saying now.
I don't know. I'm going. I'm
Animation Nation.
Animation Nation. I remember like from my
we've never gone before. Is this fucking Captain Kirk bullshit? Are you trying to tell me that I've taken the poison? Hold on, buddy. Turn your goddamn camera on. We're playing a game of chicken, and you're gonna lose today.
Which is funny because we're in the exact same place, so it doesn't matter who turns their camera on first.
You're gonna lose.
But I'm still gonna lose, everybody. Here we go. Hey, there he is. Look at him. Look at this beauty. Oh, where'd he go?
Whoa, everybody. Here we are, live. And there's the John. Are we live on the thing?
Yeah, we're live. We are here. This is great. So we're like, this is mine, that's yours. We're doing it. I got things, you got things. We're good to go.
Yeah, we might have a little bit of echo of a thing in the background. We are on the road, and we are at a friend's house, and so we are guests, and we have been drinking quite heavily.
Yeah.
Quite effectively, quite aggressively.
Yeah, that's true.
Most of the day. Yeah. And we've made it here. It's 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. Oh, it's 8:12 Pacific, 11:12.
11:12, 11.
I'm broken inside.
And speaking of the person who we just praised earlier for that fantastic intro, it's not. It's the Mona Lisa, but we got Dr. Dre in the room, and Dre the therapist, thank you for that beautiful intro. But we got another intro that's also awesome, and you'll see it on our other episodes from Demona.
I got shit to do. One of us is. That's all I'm saying.
We got video documentation. We're here.
I'm gonna kill him.
I'm gonna take him out of me. Like, I don't need that. I'm just gonna do it.
Because yours is a lot more zoomed in.
Yeah, it's good. No,
mine's a lot
more zoomed out. Yeah.
I don't know how that works. You don't want any of your fucking self there.
A little bit. Like, I'm there.
Oh, you want me to be out of yours?
We could go in and out.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is not where we have to elbow our way into the world. Explain what's happening, John. Right? If you look at me and I look at you, people can see we're looking at each other. No, you don't look at my camera. Look at me. We're having a conversation like human adults. Fuck off. John, stop touching the computer. Stop having drinks on the. You're just doing.
Here. It's over here. I'm well.
Are you?
I am. I'm well. I'm well.
I can't wait to see what the fucking verdict is on that. You already ruined it. We've been here an hour. You're gonna get fucking kicked out. Anyway, look at your computer all you want. Be an animal all you want. I'm here for the conversation, John. You can't even look away at your. And now you're hiding your. Look at. You're having a hard time tonight, aren't you?
I'm having a great time, man.
No, a hard time, a difficult time. You are having difficulty in life. And you're having a great time with it.
Just in general. Yes, I am.
Yes, I am.
Oh, now welcome to my world. Oh, these are the things. So those who are looking at us live, yes, I am the engineer, and I have to do multiple things. And so I have a tablet, I have a phone, I have a computer. All these things I need to orientate during the show.
Yeah,
my boy Pete. And unfortunately, I'm sorry for those who are listening on YouTube. You will not be hearing any of the messages because we are not able to do that because we're on the road. That's the one thing where we will not be able to do. We apologize, mea culpa, unless we do it through your phone. Nah, forget it. No, mea culpa. We're not going to be able to do it. All right, so let's dig in, Deb.
Oh no, 100%. I can't wait because this is why we all came here Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. I'm just saying, we got the family here. We might as well start. It's Halloweenies.
Let's do a shot.
Let's do a shot and get to it. Pitter patter, John.
Let's get her at her.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the time in the show where you get the two-sided go bag, and you hold up what you have, and you drink what you can. Here's to you. Here's to us.
Cheers.
Bing, bing, bing. I don't even know the camera is in this fucking thing.
Cheers, brother.
Bing. All right.
Love you.
Ooh.
Well, howdy.
Horseshit. All horseshit. Nope.
And the great thing is,
all horseshit.
It was not blocked out because he couldn't block it with his sound.
No, it's not blocked out because there is no God. I live in a world without a savior, without anything. If John has his way in the world with his didgeridoos and his fucking kazoos, we all lose.
I'm John L. Peacock, normally in Brooklyn, New York, now in Southern California.
And I'm my boy Pete, living and hosting this ginger motherfucker in Southern California.
And you're listening to Two-Sided, a live recorded podcast where each week I challenge Pete with a bit of the two sides of life, the serious and the fun.
Yeah, the right and the wrong, John, the me and the you. Every time I look at this, and now we have a better camera, I'm like, dude, this is a bad beard.
You have the better camera.
No, I know.
You have a good one.
No, I have a good camera.
Like, nice.
I haven't seen. My mirror doesn't look this. Like, this is bullshit. Like, it looks amazing straight. Look at the stripes, but it looks fucking horrible. Like, all I hope and pray is that you're watching your phones or your Vizio TVs.
My boy Pete, we do these check-ins, and you've had a hard time with them, so I'm going to give you a simple one. How are you feeling in one word?
Alrighty. Yep. Alrighty. It could also be interpreted as giddy up. Depends on what part of the states you come from.
Yeah.
Could be hooty hoo, but that's hyphenated.
Right.
So any of the above, but yes, all of the above.
Well, I think alright is going to definitely bring us into our first lightning round.
It's time to get down. Fuck yeah. I'm here on the road with him.
I can't believe he let you on the road trip. That's the amazing thing.
The whole thing's I didn't. I had a big carry-on, and he's like, I'm your plus one. I know that's what you said. I was just going to finish your sentence. I'm actively aware of what you're trying to do. Okie dokie. Hey, we going to get breakfast burritos in the morning?
He wasn't your plus one. He was your carry-on.
Yeah, my plus one carry-on. I paid $50 for this? This is horseshit. Okie dokie.
He was your personal item.
Oh, I pray to God there's an emergency on the tarmac so I can leave you on board the plane when I ride that fucking inflatable ramp down. I wish I had been at an airport, John. All of these things are not as funny because we took a subway here. This is all bullshit. I'm in my backyard.
Well, anyone who's anyone knows that our first lightning round of the episode is always a standard Q&A. My boy Pete, are you ready for the question?
I feel like I'm ready. I feel like your camera's off centered. Like there should be something right over here, like right here, this area, here, right there.
Yeah.
Mine is centered. Yours is not. Here's two fingers. Here's them both saying, John, center your shit.
First question, my boy Pete. What is the first vampire movie you ever watched?
Fright Night.
Fright Night. Wow, nice vampire movie. I was not expecting that one.
No.
I would have thought more of a classic one than you.
Like
that, yeah.
Lost Boys.
Lost Boys, yeah, sure. Yeah.
Because that was like a number 2 that I watched a lot.
Yeah.
But and then you started with like the Dracula, the different ones.
I was almost thinking Dead and Loving It with
No.
Leslie. What was it? Leslie Nielsen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's John. I have class when it comes to my horror movies.
Do you?
Why are you looking at the screen? I'm right here, John. Are you?
Do you? Are you?
Really? This fucking guy. Am I right? Fucking guy.
Second question, boy Pete. What is your favorite movie about vampires?
Wall Street.
Okay. It's a vampire, but it's a different kind of vampire, right?
Oh no, I didn't know we were defining vampires now, John. We didn't do our fucking pronouns before this whole.
No. I'm digging it.
What's my pronouns?
Like Wolf of Wall Street, with, Rules of Attraction, right? American Psycho. All of these, like they've actually defined themselves as vampires in some way. I dig it.
People who suck on people.
Right. Yeah.
People who feed on
the
stupidity
feeders
of the dumb.
But is Wall Street really your favorite, or did you just want to say that? Because that's a great point. But like, is that your favorite? Like, come on.
A vampire movie?
Last Lovers on Earth.
No, fuck that. I'll take a fucking Vampire Lestat. Give me an Anne Rice live action. A Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise.
Not even interview. Just a Vampire Lestat.
Anything.
Vampire Armand. They haven't even made it yet. It's fine.
But I've read it and I feel it in my soul. Thanks, Anne Rice.
And it was a beautiful Spaniard.
Am I right?
My buddy, who is your favorite vampire character? Speaking of all those Anne Rice.
Count Chocula.
Why? Come on, I gotta push back a little bit because that's a good one. But why?
Because I didn't get to have sugar cereal as a kid.
All the marshmallows are black. I kind of sound like the Count from Sesame Street.
1, 2, 3 types of diabetes.
There you go. Yeah, it sounds so much like It's the. Anyway, final question, my boy Pete. If you had the opportunity, would you want to be turned into a vampire?
No, fuck that.
What?
No, you can't turn me into anything I'm not already. Hey, you want to be a better person? Nah, man. I'm just how I need to be. Oh, hey, you want to be rich? I'm rich enough in friendship and in spirit dreams.
All right. It's like changes. David Bowie. I don't want to be a different man. I don't want to be a better man.
Changes.
Just be a different man.
Time to take the world to changes.
That's right, my boy Pete. All right.
I gotta remember, point at the green light. The camera's here.
Point at the green light.
Yeah.
We got a couple of messages, and we're gonna jump into our first segment.
Giddy up, baby. My man's sleeping. Right?
Yeah.
I'm saying. Thank you. Thank you. Cheers, brother. See? See?
Twin
Thanks,
done.
brother. Cheers. Here's the deal. Because, right?
How we do.
None shall pass. You like ventriloquism, right? Well, how does one get into ventriloquism? 4 bottles of KY and a good thought. That's how one gets into one's avatar. That's fucked. Okay.
That was good.
Oh, Dust Till Dawn, yeah.
Dust Till Dawn.
Yep.
God, Cheech Marin's cameo in that is fantastic.
See, I know you would go for that because like, you can't quote it because you don't say the words and you're an actor who doesn't say words. That's fine. But I think the most quotable one for me is, all right, heavy drinkers, let's drink heavy.
That's a good one.
That's one of my favorite lines ever because I say that every time we fucking get out of a cab, park a car, go anywhere like near, like, oh, we're going to Chipotle. All right, heavy drinkers, let's drink heavy. What do you mean? You didn't bring pocket whiskey? It's Chipotle. Pocket tequila.
I don't know. Ginger Moose has a great vampire movie, man.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. The remake. Yeah.
So that's
No, it was. No, the remake was good.
oh, right.
Yes.
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 Evil Dead 2. No.
Yeah. You want to fight?
We're 100% with you.
I'm with you.
100% with you.
I'm with you. Yeah. Evil Dead is the best, but it's like, is that a vampire movie? Like it's a
No.
but it's still
It's a Deadite movie,
it's a
right? Yeah.
Deadite. Like, but there's
They're
like
not
kind
quite
of vampires. They're not zombies.
Right. Yeah, they're not quite zombies. Right. Yeah. There's something
aliens.
else.
They're not.
It's a new.
Yeah, who's a good girl? We got a husky puppy dog with us who likes to talk.
She's hustling.
Yeah, so
Every
she's
day
over
she's
here like,
huskying.
what are you doing? What are you doing? So if you look at her too long, she'll yell at you like, "Whoa!"
Perfect timing.
What are you doing?
So yeah, but Fright Night, like the remake.
The remake was good.
Yeah.
The remake, but the original was really good. Like,
yeah.
It was a great movie. It was campy and cheap, but it wasn't scary. Like the remake is not scary because I don't do scary.
Right.
I'm a gentle soul. I'm like a weeping willow. I don't sleep well with bad dreams in my head. I'm sugar plums and loving thoughts. John?
I know this. I know this for real. I know this for real.
So I'm just letting you know, like, are we both? And the thing is, we're both looking the same way on your screen when you look at me. Like, look.
Oh, I checked it.
No, look.
Yeah.
But look on the side.
I checked it.
Look at your eyes on the side.
Yeah, I know. On
your eye side.
I know.
You're not even side eye looking. Keep your face this way. Side eye.
Yes, I see. We're both looking the same way.
Peripherals, John.
You need to stop looking at that. I looked at the actual thing that's going out to YouTube. It's actually going correctly. I made sure of that. We're good. Stop looking at that.
Go on a road trip, he says. Take the show on the road, he says. You'll have a good time, he says. Woo! It could be worse. How? We could be in the audience.
But the first Fright Night you saw was the original, not the remake, right?
But I saw the remake too. But the original was good. Like, it's not scary.
Right.
But it's good. It's a whole, like, it's good. It's a good one.
Yeah.
Right? I'm trying to grow, motherfucker.
Well, that's the rules, right? What rules a vampire? That's the Anne Rice rules for sure. Yeah.
Well, like bite me after I've done like sit-ups every day, all the time. You like push-ups? Yeah, I did those for a year.
Cardio, it's a real thing.
Yeah, like, can I get bit then instead of when I found wings and cheesecake? I'm a goddamn food aficionado now, and now you're gonna bite me? This is bullshit.
And that's going to lead us perfectly into our first segment of the episode, which is, yes, vampire folklore. We're going to talk about vampire folklore.
All right, would you like to? Because I feel like I feel like it'd be weird if I just look at you here, but I feel like it's good here. But if we kind of pretend we're doing, John, pretend we're an actor studio.
Okay, right.
Right?
Yeah.
We have an audience.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So we're open. We're open.
Right?
But we're
connected.
Yep. 100%.
Right. You guys get it, right?
You understand, right?
Yeah.
You got it.
All right.
Cool. So many believe the modern vampire folklore began in pop culture, much like the zombie with George A. Romero's Night of the Living Dead, which we talked about last week, right? With Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Bram Stoker.
Yeah, Bram Stoker.
They said Graham Stoker.
Yeah, no, Graham.
No, we had the graham cracker.
Graham crackers
with vanilla frosting.
Right.
Bram Stoker.
Right. That was the black vampire of the 1980s.
Yeah. Come back, black chicken.
That's right. Yep. So the folklore of the vampire has its roots that go beyond even the time of Christ. Like we're talking 18. No, not 18. BCs. We're talking BCs here. Right?
British Columbians?
That's right. So the first writings of a vampire date back to 730s BCE.
No,
700 years before
the
time of Christ.
No, tell me why, because that doesn't seem correct. Like, they can't have records like that, and it was just a dude who, like, had an affinity for iron deficient people, or like...
It was, Bayatal Pashi's collection of 25 fables surrounding Vikram the vampire.
No, but that
was composed in Sanskrit by the scholar Bhavbhuti.
No, dude, if you don't know Bayatal Vashi and the tales of Bhavbhuti,
yeah,
John, it's not about a vampire. It's about a person with an iron deficiency who also chews on ice. Did you read those chapters?
I did.
Who loves blood, not his own, because he tried it and is like, that's gross, but he loves everyone else's.
Because of the iron.
The iron, John.
Yep.
It's a medical journal history, the first one.
Yep.
And that's what I read into it. So,
even if we believe that wasn't necessarily the first writing of the vampire, in the 80s, 1047 AD, the word that would evolve into the modern day English word vampire being upir, 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 vampire, upir, makes sense, right? Was first seen in a document about a Russian prince being an upir lichi, translated into wicked vampire, which is kind of cool for those D&D fans. Lich is an evolution of a word, wicked. All right, just a little Easter egg.
Upir lichi.
Upir lichi.
UPR.
Yep.
It was the initial inception of UPS before they were brown. And then once they realized that UPR makes no progress, they became UPS.
So, all right. So we're going to look at etymology really quick.
Oh, I love edamame. Can I get salt on mine and another dish to put the shells in? That'd be great.
Maybe pour yourself a shot because this is going to be a little bit.
Are you going to say a bunch of?
Yeah, I'm going to say a bunch of. This is my one bunch of for the entire episode. Just so you know.
You're making the dog and me.
I know. You ready? You ready? Oh, she's such a good girl. The English word vampire was borrowed probably via French from the German Vampir, in turn borrowed in the early 18th century from the Siberian word vampire,
Siberian,
or according,
like a husky?
yes,
He's talking about you, Ripley. Who's a good girl, husky? You like vampirism?
according
Who's
to
a
some
good girl?
sources, from Hungarian vampir. The Serbian and Hungarian forms have parallels in virtually all Slavic languages, but the Bosnian Lampir, which was the name of the oldest recorded vampire, Mehol Lampir.
No, Mayhole Lampier was my cousin's neighbor. Latvia. I knew that dude. Straight up dude.
Is he still
Iron deficiency. It's all a misunderstanding, John. And all the things you're doing for your research, I are feeling they're very suspect. That's all I'm saying.
So it goes back Bulgarian, and then the Czech and Slovak word upir, which was first seen in that document.
Well, that's where Oompa Loompas come from. Because are you sucking our blood or are you making our candy?
That's right.
And that's what they figured out. It's like, hey, Orangey, Loompa, don't mind if I do. I've got two-sided things for you. Tuesdays, Thursdays, such a stupid bunch. Even though we can't drink much more, we want to. Now
Let's drink. After all that, we deserve it. We're going to have a quick shot. Thank you for listening, everybody.
Yeah, and honestly, there's so many lights and so many things here. If you're watching live or listening live on YouTube, hit that link, or stereo, hit that link above. We're on YouTube. There's cameras.
If you're not watching live, hit us up on our YouTube channel, Two-Sided Podcast, TWO Sided Podcast.
I'm shocked and appalled. This is the last time you'll see this beard like this, because I now see it in full 5D and I don't like it. Like every time, like my camera was shit at home, and now I'm on studio cameras. And like I don't like it. And fuck off, John.
Shut up.
I got a lot of things going on.
He's got a lot to say, man. Cheers, everybody. So, vampire superstition thrived in the Middle Ages, especially as the plague decimated entire towns. The disease often left behind bleeding mouth lesions on its victims, which, to the uneducated, was a sure sign of vampirism. When a suspected vampire died, their bodies were often
decapitated, staked through the heart, pinned, turned upside down, and had concrete put on them, John.
Well, disinterred is the word, but yes, basically John, what you said is correct.
John, apparently you've never lost a friend who's a suspected vampire.
Not yet.
When you die, all of those things are going to happen to you, because I'm trying to keep the world safe.
So in addition to being bit, this is something I didn't put in here, but during this time, people thought if you were born on Christmas, you were more likely to turn into a vampire. So any friend we know, or the girl I saw play Matilda a couple days ago, who was born on Christmas, people back then were like, "You're gonna be a vampire."
No, but also, like when people say good things like that, like that's great. Like, but also gingers, vampires. If you like my dog too much, vampire.
Right. Well, and that's actually no. Like I'm leading right up to that. That's perfect, because
if you can't believe it's not butter,
vampire. So they were disinterred. In some cases, a stake was thrust through the corpse's heart to make sure they stayed dead. Other accounts describe the decapitation and burning of the corpses of suspected vampires well into the 19th century.
Hello.
And in 1484, this book that we talked about just a couple of weeks ago, the Malleus Maleficarum, which was known as the Witch Hunter's Bible, which started that huge craze of witch hunting during our witch episode, was written by Heinrich Kramer and Jakob Sprenger. This book that spawned the many witch trials for hundreds of years also has the topic of how to hunt and destroy a vampire. So So it's even at that point that vampires are involved in these real life cases.
But they hooked up on a couple levels. But the thing is, like, you didn't read further into Yakov Smirnoff's writings,
Right.
where he said, "In Mother Russia, vampire ride you." Right? And once we realize that, like, you know what? It's all a game, and we're all in the Matrix.
The word vampire, V-A-M-P-Y-R-E, enters the English language in 1748. This is the first modern vampire poem. Der Vampir is published on that year.
Time out, motherfucker.
Yeah.
1748 was the year that the first vampire poem was published.
In English.
In English. Oh, thank God. Because all the vampire poems previously were not in English. But after that, we all now know the language that we can appreciate all vampire poetry since 1748.
That's right.
Moving forward, because now it's in English.
That's right.
The Queen's English, Sean.
Yes. With a Y, ladies and gentlemen. With a Y.
Vampiri. I love potpourri. Can't believe the sky is so gray and so dreary. England, oh England, where have you gone? Away with the Queen. Now we abscond.
So even though folkloric vampires of the Balkans and Eastern Europe had a wide range of appearance, ranging from nearly human to bloated, rotting corpses, it was the success of John Polidori's 1819 novella, The Vampire, with a Y, Vampire, that established the archetype of charismatic and sophisticated vampires. It is arguably the most influential vampire work of the early 19th century, inspiring such work as Varney the Vampire, written by James Malcolm Rymer and Thomas Peckett Prest, which Varney the Vampire, or The Feast of Blood was the full title, was a serialized...
Varney the Vampire.
Yeah, Varney the Vampire...
Well, I want to suck your blood. Okie dokie. Hey, who's up there sucking my children's blood? Oh, it's just me, Barney the Vampire.
Just having a feast.
Mom, it's Barney the Vampire coming soon. Sucking your kids' blood up in their room. Barney the Vampire. Hey, I'm a vampire, folks.
So
Barney.
It was serialized in the Penny Dreadfuls from 1845 to 1847. And then eventually there was Dracula.
All right, you're saying a bunch of numbers and we're doing other things. We're doing the history. That's great. And then there was Dracula. But Mary Shelley's Dracula was stemmed from...
Mary Shelley? Come on.
Frankenstein.
There you go.
Sorry.
I even said his name earlier. The drunken Irishman that we know and love.
Perry.
That's right. Steve Perry's Dracula.
Yeah. But that was stemmed from Barney?
Well, yeah, it was influenced highly. So Barney, and then earlier it was The Vampire, which was 1819.
Right. No,
and so this is all like in the same 50 years.
Right, 50 years. But Vampire is where it took hold.
Yes.
Barney was a kid just playing around as a normal kid.
Serialized. It was several little.
You're not listening, John. Varney was a small child at one point before he was a vampire.
Right. Yes.
He heard Vampire.
Yes.
In the early 1800s.
Yes.
18th century.
1819. Yeah.
1819.
Yeah.
Early 1900s.
Yeah.
19th century. 1800.
Yeah. There you go.
John, you know the numbers. You know I listen. Please
I know you're with me. No, keep going. No, don't get bogged down. I'm hearing you.
Oh, this is the first time in 4 days. Hey, I'm Barney. So a young Barney at some point listened to Vampire as a serialized thing, not listened, watched it,
right?
Read a comic, and decided, you know what? Fuck this teeter-totter. Fuck these monkey bars.
Yes.
I'm going to be Varney.
Yes.
Varney who? Varney the Vampire.
Yes.
Oh, I'm Barney.
Having a piece of blood. Yes.
Can't believe you're gonna die, Barney.
Right. And then after that, in the same century, came something that we all kind of know, Bram Stoker's Dracula.
When Bram Stoker and Mary Shelley met at a conference once, they said there was fireworks, but Vampire Varney came in and ruined the whole thing. He was not only a vampire, but a huge cock blocker,
Right.
said Bram Stoker.
It's 100% correct, because it is Bram Stoker's 1897 novel, Dracula, that is remembered as a quintessential vampire novel in which that provided the basis of the modern vampire fiction. So Stoker never visited Transylvania. So Dracula drew on early mythologies of werewolves and similar legendary demons, and quote, was to voice the anxieties of an age and the, quote, fears of late Victorian patriarchy.
Oh no! My fears about the patriarchy in Victorian times are all asunder. Whatever shall we do? Is that the fears you're talking of? Of the patriarchy,
Yes,
John?
exactly. That's exactly it. Yeah, because they had to veil it because there was so much.
Oh, we must veil it.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid, it's Barney, the vampire.
Like getting the Star Trek stuff across the censors in the 1950s and 1960s. Like they was so strict against communism. They're like, oh, we're just going to veil this. We're just going to veil it in something that you don't understand. And that's how we're going to fight against the patriarchy. It was that same kind of thing.
That's how we've been smuggling the fentanyl.
Yes.
In because they're sweet tarts. John, I'm with you.
Yes.
They're not doing it. Anyone who says that shit, I'm just letting. This is a PSA. This is a fucking PSA, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Anyone who knows drugs, who's done any kind of alleged business,
allegedly,
things have been colors all the time. They targeting kids. This is how we know what we're getting. This is how we know we're moving. It ain't for kids. It's for warehousing. That's what you get from Barney. I'm a drug mule.
It took its title character from Vlad Tepes, known as
Vlad the Impaler.
That's right, my friend.
Woo!
A ruthless leader of Romania and born in Transylvania, son of
Vlad the Conqueror.
Vlad Dracul.
Dracul.
Yeah.
Dracul.
That was his father's name.
I'm just letting you know they called him Vlad the Conqueror.
Right.
But Vlad Dracul.
You're a big fan, obviously.
No, I just take history lessons where I know it's going to behoove me in the future. And you know, that's what happens when you're a vampire. This little tidbits, and that's how a law is made.
Yeah.
Conjunction, junction, what's your function? Vlad the Vampire is also my father.
So he was a ruthless leader of Romania, and his victims and political enemies were literally put on spikes outside of town walls to ward off any other rebellions. Now this grew into myth, and so he did it, but the way his enemies talked about it across Europe was he did it much more than he did it. It was a big thing.
I know for a fact. So it probably would be a lot cooler, but Joey he was watching a lot of YouTube, and like when I say horrible things, say horrible things all the time.
Right.
But I say things that are wrong. It's like, I'm trying to yell at you that you're wrong. Vlad the Impaler was a sketch on Saturday Night Live. Yeah. I'm 99% sure it was Tom Hanks.
It was Tom.
It was his first or second appearance. But he was like, I will impale you. And it was like, Vlad the Impaler to the Impaler. And that's where I learned I loved history.
Right.
I'm a vampire. Look at me. Vampire.
So
Vladdy's. Hey, 2 for 1. Eat at Vladdy's. You like wings? Bring back. You get 2 for 1 wings. Oh, positive? Oh, no, you don't.
he was born in 1428 and eventually assassinated by his own people through outside forces in 1477. The Romanians still credit him with defeating the Ottoman Turks, so he was a very effective ruler. But his legend grew into
Right, well, impaling wrecks houses.
yeah, right, yeah,
Like, the first time my dad impaled one of my siblings was
Yeah.
like, this family might not recover from this.
and that was in the womb, right?
No, that was with a coat hanger that was my mom's
Let's move
boyfriend.
on. Let's move on. So the success of this book spawned a distinctive vampire genre, still popular in the 21st century, with books, films, video games, and television shows. The vampire is such a dominant figure in the horror genre that literary historian Susan Sellers places the current vampire myth in the, quote, comparative safety of nightmare fantasy.
Right, no, but the whole thing, I focus all my energy on Susan Sarandon, and I don't fuck with Susan Sellers.
Right, yeah.
So if you're not doing like an A&E Johnson ad,
The Feud.
like something great, like I don't have time for you, Susan. I have one Susan in my life, and you are not her.
So, what do you know about Mercy Brown? Or Mercy Brown? Cool. So Mercy
Brown?
Not Murphy, not Mercy. Mercy Brown of Rhode Island.
No, I don't.
So Mercy Brown
You'll say it, and then I'm going to
may
tell you
rival
about
Count Dracula as the most notorious vampire. Unlike Count Dracula, however, Mercy was a real person. She lived in Exeter, Rhode Island, and was the daughter of George Brown, a farmer. So, after George lost many family
that
members,
George Clinton? P-Funk Railroad? Sorry, close enough for jazz. I'm just making this up shit up as I go.
as George lost many of his family members, including Mercy, in the late 1800s to tuberculosis, his community used Mercy as a scapegoat to explain their deaths. It was common at the time to blame several deaths in one family to the undead, and the bodies of each dead family member were often exhumed and searched for signs of vampirism. When Mercy's body was exhumed and didn't display severe decay, not surprising since her body was placed in an above-ground vault during the New England winter, the townspeople accused her of being a vampire and making her family sick from her icy grave. They cut out her heart, burnt it, and fed the ashes to her sick brother. Perhaps not surprisingly, her brother died shortly thereafter.
Well, because her curse killed him. She was a vampire.
Her ashes did their final killing, which is so ironic. That is like the definition of irony, isn't it?
Oh no, John! I don't think that's ironic. I think you calling me here, you rubbing my lamp, you trying to hold your chance in court, and now all of a sudden I'm on my back feet. Like that's ironic to me. To me, and you know what I'm saying. Oh, I'm a master of my domain. The domain is so small and it's so limited, and I'm doing my best to get all of my power back in this domain.
Yep.
Look at me when I talk to you on Zoom. I digress.
And ironically, we are on Apple Music now. We're on Apple Music. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on Spotify.
You know who my father is?
Oh,
do you know
Two-Sided Pod. TWO Sided Pod.
He drives a Chevy Lumina. My dad does. Watch out, people respect him.
Vlad Dracula.
Don't make me impale you, John.
So that's it. I just wanted to go up to that.
You know,
it was just all about like the foundations of
literally all the foundation I need. You said all the numbers you needed to. We made enough jokes. We had Will I don't know about all the good stuff. We found our cameras. Find your light. Find your light. Find your light. Find your light. We did all the fun stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are the Two-Sided Pod. We are here on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. Open chat Tuesdays. Thursdays, we are also live on YouTube, but any of those times, you can look us up on Spotify. No, you can look at us. Also on the two-sided viewer cam. If you like the Eagles and the Bears in the Kodiak region, you too can see the goddamn two-sided in their wild environment. We keep our cameras on all the time, and it's mostly terrifying.
So let's get a shot ready and let's play these messages and let's move on. Because we got a lot. Holy crap. Yo.
Wait, is that Jim Onion? Wait, that's not Jim Onion.
That's Claudie.
Wait, oh, Claudie. Wait, okay. Well, I know who. Why you gotta call me Little Pete? Why is it gotta be like that? Why is it gotta be like that? Why couldn't it be a ham sandwich? Why couldn't it be something else? Claudie. Who's a good puppy? Who's the best puppy?
Oh, such a good one.
I know, John. It's difficult. It's difficult to hear your own voice on recording.
Yeah.
But it's also difficult to look at yourself in the mirror.
Right.
And I haven't done that in 2 years, and now it's like I have a good camera. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. I go home, and normally ain't that good. That's fucked up. I look like that all the time. That's fucked up, guys. Right? I was saying.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, chocolate.
Yep. Chocolat. But. No, you're 100%. 100%. But what about eating Raul? Because that's another one. But that's not. That's where they're cannibals.
Right.
But,
yeah. That's eating.
But
Raul.
eating. Yeah. But fuck you, Raul.
Yeah. Right.
What have you done for me lately? Thank you. It's about time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does she like you? How does she like you?
So this is interesting because the recent she asked me. Thank you very much.
No, I know she did, but I was asking. How's that? How's she? I don't even understand. Like I know I look homeless. I can see my camera now, but
most people who are listening right now do not see you, so you do not need to keep telling you about how homeless you look.
No, that's not what I said, John. Play the next message.
No.
You want to talk about ejaculation? I need to talk about ejaculation.
I need to talk about
things to say.
They don't.
Just play the
as long as it's short.
Yes.
Graham. Graham.
There's a lot. Hey, Sleepy's coming with us on the next road trip. Like when we pick, we go and get like a Mona Lisa from Mona Lisa because we're not gonna be on the road until she's in Ohio. But when we get her from Ohio, we're gonna fucking have to swoop up Sleepy because that is a road trip. I like if you're like, man, what are you thinking of that? Yes, that is the conversation I need to have on the road. Like, John, shut up and just drive. We have things to talk about back here. We're solving the world's problems.
Yeah. She killed 122 women, young girls.
Man.
Yeah.
Whoa, man. You stole my heart and my cat. Anyway, let's do a shot.
Let's do a shot. To the woman who was accused and killed or life imprisonment, but she died 3 years later for killing 122 young girls.
One day we'll get John, you guys. One day.
Hey,
cheers.
Cheers.
Bing, bing, bing.
And we got more Sleepy.
Okay. All right. Ooh.
Oh, it's Sesame Street right there, man.
No,
Straight up.
No, say where does Sesame Street get it? That is Transylvania. That is Romanian, Eastern Europe, deep Transylvania.
Right.
Oh,
but it's the same kind of Sesame Street as like the Swedish Chef. It's like herdy. It's a very oversimplified version of the deep
different.
Okay.
I like what you're saying, but I was saying this is what if someone was in Transylvania learning English.
Yeah.
Cool. This is a Swedish chef who knows no English, who does a thing.
Right.
John.
Okay, so it is different.
It is different. But it is the same thing of like this is the hardcore push of like where does that shit stem from? It stems from because listen, he was mostly every time I come to John's house, it's Tuesdays, it's Thursdays. And sometimes two sides on you, sometimes two sides on me. But anytime the two sides is on, we will have good times, really good times. Oh, 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 oh.
Moving on.
Cheers, brother. What? No, 100%. The whole thing is, John and I have been growing up together in King's Landing, and we know about how fathers may be and how you have to sweep shit on the wife. So I'm just glad you are catching on now.
That's right.
Shane Nadia. Yeah,
sure. Yep.
Not good.
And Carol Channing.
What?
Which is this week's great.
No, that's great with
Jack
Nicholson, and when they all get together and fuck him up.
Yep.
But what about witches when they're all people, they come to witches, they turn them into mice.
Yep.
In the hotel. Witches.
Yep. And who is that? Houston. Angelica Houston. Oh, she's so great. She's so great in that.
Yep.
Or
oops, that's not me.
Broomsticks and Bedknobs and Broomsticks.
That's a Disney movie. You don't get to say that. Let me just say, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Are we just naming Disney movies now?
Dude.
Song of the South.
All right.
Keep going.
Fine. Angela Lansbury, baby.
It's not.
Oh, yeah. Duh.
No, she is, but she has bad taste in John Peacocks. It does. It fucks me up.
embrace it.
I've been thinking about I need to shave this motherfucker because I was an actor. Like people, they're like, "Hey, can you do a show?" I was like, "Well, let's meet and see what we're talking about." And as soon as we meet, they're like, "Yeah, no,
we're good.
Do you want to shave? No, we're gonna go in a different direction.
We're good.
You know what? I got things to say. Like, yeah, it seems like you're hammered and homeless.
So
are you paying scale? Are you doing scale or?
So it's funny that you say hammered and homeless because that's going to lead us directly into our next. That's right. That's right. This is what happens. This is what happens. This is what happens when you're not around. Lightning round.
Fucking lightning round! It's about time you got down, John. Fuck yeah! I'm back in my room.
Yeah,
Trying to hurry this up.
Yeah, we got to hurry this up there, lightning round guy. I love you. I'm so glad you're here. You need to go. Okay, so this is one of your favorites and mine, and I know it's one of Pete's favorites as well. That's right. We're doing commercials. Commercials.
Oh, we got commercials. Commercials.
And this is great because
commercials.
We've recently been sponsored, and one of the big sponsors that's actually come to us is the big grab bag companies have caught on to our.
How do you think we have all these fucking coupons behind us?
So many grab bags.
It's ridiculous. Right? The style of camera lights.
So
bullshit.
So first, we'd love to thank the people who create road trip go bags. Road trip go bags.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the Two-Sided Pod is sponsored by Road Trip Go Bags. You may be familiar with the two-sided go bag that has two shots, one gun, one bullet, and a hope and a dream. But this is the Road Trip Go Bag, where you not only have 4 shots, 2 whiskey, 2 rum, 4 half packs of cigarettes, 1 AAA card that was expired last year. You can talk them into it if you call them on the site. Also, it's time to getting on. Because it's a road trip, and we ain't going to do it for you. Road Trip Go Bags. Basically, booze and smokes. Order today.
Thanks so much, Road Trip Go Bags.
It's so hard.
It's so amazing because the next go bag company that came to us was the airport go bag. So different from the road trip go bag. The airport go bag.
The airport go bag. Oh, the airport go bag. Hey folks, do you like traveling on planes but you fucking hate shoes and belts? Well, we have something for you. It's a whole bag full of rum shots, whiskey shots, half packs of cigarettes, sweatpants, and house shoes. If you're going traveling, you're going to need the airport two-sided go bag. We left the bullets and the guns in the two-sided go bag. But this is our airport version. $10 cheaper, more house slippers. Two-sided. Are you coming in? Are you going to finish off my commercial? No, because you're. Sean, finish the commercial. Go ahead.
No, put in hashtag two-sided to get your 10% off, please. Just hashtag two-sided. You'll get your 10% off. And also for the same company, the international go bags, you also can put in hashtag two-sided to get 10% off. My boy Pete, tell us about the international go bags.
Since you've already interrupted all of my comings and goings, my talking and through book. Here's the deal, because since we're talking so loud, let me just go ahead and say that you, John, let me just say, John.
Yeah, let's just talk about it.
International?
Yeah, the international go bags.
Two-sided go bags?
Well, it's the international go bags that they can get 10% off. Idiot. Hashtag two-sided.
But you're saying international go bags. We're not branding it, so it's not.
It's not ours. It's not ours.
It's just
no. It's our company. It's the company that we're
an idiot.
endorsing. They're sponsoring us, bro. They're so great.
I actively can't condone this. If it was ours and we had bought into 35% ownership in the back end, John, but you doing this joke of doing the thing that like this is you're not smart or clever or business oriented. We've just established all three things in this joke. Like it makes me very sad that you have a fucking MFA.
Yeah.
Like I teach kids like this is why I should fucking hate more kids because they're raised by you.
Which is so sad because our final sponsor is, yes, ourselves, the two-sided go bag. Yes, that's right. Our final sponsor is ourselves.
No, but
two-sided go bag.
Our final sponsor, John.
Yeah.
The two-sided go bag is what I have been preaching about that we have all been into
Tell us about it, baby.
since the inception of the two-sided pod a year and a half ago when we started doing go bag. You make my soul hurt how stupid you are sometimes. Like when like oh look, I have a cousin who broke their hips and they can't get upstairs. Like I'm so pissed from it takes me 20 minutes to get upstairs. Like I get it. I have a good friend who has Alzheimer's and it's hard to play chess with him in the park. I have a two-sided podcast with a goddamn idiot with dementia, and I feel like it's coming to roost. Right on home to roost. John, the two-sided go bag has everything you need. What I need right now, I need more shots. I need more bullets. I need more body bags. I need a gallon pitcher of lime. No, you need, stop making hand gestures and listen to how I'm trying to threaten your life. He's going to bury me. He's going to cut me up. Bury me with lime. I got 99 problems, but this lime ain't one. Man. You're the worst. Go on with yourself. Finish the show, John.
Well, that's going to lead us into our final segment of the evening.
The bod section. Go.
That's right.
Read more.
We're going to talk about Aussie rules football.
Don't get me started on that.
No, I am going to get you started on it. Come on, buddy. Aussie rules football.
Fucking say your thing.
Okay, before we get started, have you seen a full show? Full
I have
game?
not seen a full game.
Oh, have you seen highlights?
Yes.
Okay.
I've seen a lot of... Yes.
That's awesome.
No, it's not. Say your fucking words, John. I'm going to be over here picking my nails, throwing boomerangs in the wall, hoping they don't come back.
So Australian rules football is a football sport distinctive to Australia that predates other modern football games.
Fuck those Aussies.
As the first to create an official code of play.
That's a lie.
Invented in Melbourne.
I love them.
Capital to the state of Victoria. In the late 1850s.
That's not
game
fucking 1850.
That's
1850.
Was initially known as Melbourne or Victorian rules football and was an amalgam of various football rules. Well, yeah,
amalgamation.
Well, yeah, but it's not
amalgamation,
right? It's an amalgam. Yeah.
Oh no, it's good.
Amalgam.
You know
Oh my god.
I was a Skessies in Dark Crystal.
Yeah.
You're an amalgam
of various football rules that were used in English public, which were independent schools. Although Australian rules football is one of several football sports played today in Australia, the National Professional Australian Football League, AFL, formerly known as the Victorian Football League up until 1990, is the country's most popular sport competition in terms of attendance and television viewing.
No, what about fucking football? What about true football
It's more viewed in the country.
in Australia?
Yes.
All right, but all right. Do they include kangaroos and koalas with their viewing patterns, or is it real people?
Well, in Australian rules, yeah, they do. Of course
It's all
they do.
koalas.
Yeah, and that's what makes it so interesting.
Ah, shit. It's all
Come on.
chlamydia. It's chlamydia
Yeah.
daily.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
You get chlamydia from watching it sometimes.
It's not a bouquet. It's a kangaroo's delight.
It's a balloon. It's a balloon.
Get in my pouch.
Aussie rules pitches are usually played on oval-sized pitches with dimensions ranging from 135 to 185 meters length and 110 to 155 meters width. Many Aussie rule pitches mix with cricket fields, or they are of similar sizes and proportion. So they were really made initially in the 1840s because they wanted their cricket players to have something to keep them in shape in the off season. That's where Aussie rules football comes from.
That's so dumb because cricket doesn't lend itself to cardio.
Does it not?
No.
A sticky wicket?
No. Are you aware of what cricket?
Yeah.
You can run around a lot.
Yeah.
But you're doing wind sprints. It's not like, you're a fucking football player.
Right. It's very different. It's so crazy.
Right.
This was
your
thing.
twitch muscles
right.
are great.
Yeah.
But your cardio, like
quick bursts.
John, I'm a speed racer, right? I'm good for cornering. I'm not for long distance.
Right.
That's how twitch racing, like, oh, you're good at this, but you're not good at that. John. Go on with your fucking.
So each team will have 18 players, which are all assigned to different positions on the field. Each team only has 22 active players at any given game. So 18 of them are on the field, which is pretty awesome. Like, that is so different from football, right? You have so much of a reserve in football compared to American football. American football,
right?
Than to Aussie rules football.
Well, fuck American football. Normal football, like, I have 17 people in the stands who I can call up and they'll play right now.
So there are 7 umps for Aussie rules in total. The 3 main umpires are known as filed umpires, and they basically oversee all the decisions. And if the ball is kicked between the 2 goal posts, the middle post, then 6 points are awarded. If the ball goes between a goal post and one of the behind posts, then 1 point is awarded. 1 point is also awarded if the ball is carried or forced over the scoring line by the attacking team.
Right.
Yeah.
So force the ball over in one way or another. If you fucking kick it, you're great.
Yep.
You know, if you kick it, you can throw it, but you can't throw it because it's a big ball. It's weird. It's awkward. The thing, your scrum lines. Yeah. Have you ever been in a fight? It's rugby with better rules. John, have you ever been in a bar fight? I'm not saying a bar fight, you and one guy, but I'm saying a bar fight where the bar erupts and you fight the bar and you keep your friend at your back and like, I'm touching you. Boom, sorry I hit you. I'm trying to hit everyone else. Like, keep going. Let's get out. And you fight your way out to the top. That kind of fight, yes, that's a scrum.
No.
If you put in a mouth guard and you're like, fuck my teeth, I'm good on my teeth, all this shit will heal. My facial bones are good. I've been drinking a lot of calcium. I'll fucking fight my way out of the scrum.
Yeah.
So yeah, I dare you to try and get it across. Yeah, way better than soccer. Way better than football. Blow a whistle. Fuck your couch. I'll throw it down your whistle hole. Sorry, go ahead.
So pivotal moments in the early years of the game surround the names of William Hammersley.
You guys remember when
Tom Smith, James Thompson, Tom Wilson, and Jerry Bryant.
All were doing the Aussie football rules, and they were like, "Fuck that! Fucking hell, I don't want that. I'm fucking, it's, what year is it?
Well, at this point, 1858.
Fucking hell, mate. 1858. That's not a year. That's a year. No. Anyway, these guys were like fucking shit up early on, and whatever, John. Let's go with the
So
program.
Wills, this is when 1858, when Wills publicly called for a game to keep cricketers fit during the winter. While on August 7th of that same year, Melbourne Grammar began a, quote, football contest against Scotch College that took 3 Saturdays to be concluded.
Scotch College.
Yeah.
All right. I hope it was a college that they only drink scotch and learn about drinking scotch. But
That's
if they're
exactly
not,
correct.
Keep reading your things.
Yeah. So on May 17th of 1859, Hammersley, Smith, Thompson, and Wills, who I just talked about,
From Scotch College in the East Western Shire, as we eat and drink all things Scotch. You like Scotch eggs? Oh, I love Scotch eggs. If you like the fucking Scotch fucking Jungle Downs, fucking they're great. Fuck yeah. Wembley, Decker, fucking Johnson, all the Scotch boys. Anyway, what we said in 1842.
gathered at Bryant's Hotel in East Melbourne, wrote the 10 rules that form the basis of what has become today's game. Melbourne and Geelong, respectively founded in 1858 and 1859, are among the oldest continuous sporting clubs in the world, while many current clubs across Australia, be that the AFL, state league, or local country regional level, date back their history 140 years and more, as the new sport took hold in the colonies from the late 1850s onward.
Somehow you had one sentence with like 15 dates, and none of them made sense to me. As soon as you said the first two, it was like I tuned out. Like as soon as you yelled numbers, like, I just don't know what to say to you.
That's all right. That's for the listeners. That's for the people who can actually go back.
None of them know either. My disdain is also for the
So South Tasmania.
Also for the listeners. My disdain, I'm hating for you too. I hate for two. Oh, you got a bun in the oven? It's because I hate as much as our fans for this fucking guy.
So South Tasmania Football Association and Queensland Football Association were both formed in 1879, so a couple years later. And the New South Wales Football Association in 1881, with West Australian Football Association 1885. So this is when they started to unify as a country, right, this sport as a national sport, as their national
18
sport.
Something, yeah, at that point.
Through the 1800s,
yeah,
through the late good. From 1850s.
But kangaroos had already taken hold.
That's right. Yep.
So I just want to know what the animal is and the fucking didgeridoo, the boomerang, and like now we have Aussie rules football. Okay, cool.
In 1982, so this is a while later, a little over 100 years later, or about 100 years later.
2 years before Marianne Decker.
Right. So 1982, the VFL, which was the Victorian Football League team, South Melbourne, relocated into NSW base at the Sydney Swans, beginning a period of major change within the game, and the first steps to establish the establishment of the national competition away from the primacy of the respective state leagues. So it became now a national league. And in the 1980s, the BFL competition increased in strength relative to other state leagues, and leading players from around the country increasingly began to play in this competition or join it in parts with their senior careers.
What the fuck are you talking about?
So in 1990, the VFL, the Victorian Football League, became the Australian Football League. It became the big thing. So it took 100 years plus for the initiation of the sport to the recognition of the sport, not only by the people, but by the money, right? Because it became a national sport. It became their football.
Oh, it's gonna take time till we see the funds we want to always be. We're gonna make money and kick it around. Australian style, no one gets down.
The guiding principles for the laws of the game are, quote,
Nobody talks about Aussie footballs. Number 2, no sleep till Aussie football. Number 3, the first Aussie football is free, and then you got to pay, son. Number 4, can't stop, won't stop. Get that Aussie football. And number 5, and the most key potential of all, is everybody pays to play my goddamn game.
That's right. That's right.
And
it's amazing because
how many of them did I nail?
So these are weird rules, but just listen to them and you'll get it.
I just listened to them and I got
it. 1, the unique characteristics of the game should be maintained and encouraged. That's the first. That's the first guiding principle. That's the very first one.
Same thing as I do with the podcast. Like, nobody should listen to this weird ginger yell and talk and rant about, like, he wears socks and shirts and things that are inappropriate. Like, yeah, you have a beard. Like, you know what? Let him do his thing.
Number 2, player health and safety is protected via the laws of the game, interpretations, and officiating.
Right. That's how we got your free colonoscopy for the 2-sided.
That is actually right.
And if you guys sign up now on our Patreon, you too can see John's colonoscopy. That's level 3, level 4. Anyway, if you're a doctor, like, take a look at it because it's live footage and we're not paying to get it read.
A priority of the laws, interpretations, and officiating is to reward and protect the player who makes winning the ball their primary objective.
Dollar bill, y'all.
Yeah. I love these ones. Like, that's why I kept them. Because I was like, oh, these are so, like, the wording is so weird, but, like, just interpret them. Okay, so the next one.
Break it down, yeah.
Australian football at AFL level should be maintained as a physically tough and contested game with appropriate consideration to player health and safety.
Look, you're gonna fucking get fucked up.
Yeah.
If you're fucked up before you go in, don't go in. You're fucked up.
Players of various sizes, football and athletic ability have an opportunity for success in the game played at the highest level.
We don't care how you identify in your pronouns. If you want to come and you want to get down, let's get down.
That's so correct. The direction and movement of the ball is unpredictable and has few restrictions.
Usually the ball's going to go where it wants, and they can do what it wants. But if you follow the ball and try to do what you want, look at rule number 2.
There are few restrictions on where player can be located across the ground. There are few restrictions on where player can be located across the ground.
Right. We have 12 players out on the field, and the field is our home turf.
The pitch.
Of Covington.
Yep.
And it turns out that your mates have a fucking throw off fucking two miles away, right? Here's the deal. Fucking there's fucking few restriction, right? You fucking throw the ball up. I'm getting in a cab. I'm gonna have fucking some 3 or 4 medium strength beers. Fucking is it a penalty? Nah. we're all at a fucking disadvantage, right?
Right.
But I think no fucking pit. If I have 4 or 5, all is dead. I come back, fucking win the game. Pick patter. I fucking win it. No penalty. That's a knife right there.
So continuous and free-flowing football is encouraged ahead of repetitive short passages of play.
Yeah, just pitter patter. Let's get at her.
At her.
No,
Get her.
Let's get at her.
Let's get at her.
Let's
Let's
get
get at her.
That's what it is. Pitter patter. Let's get at her.
Pitter
Patter. Let's get at her.
That's right. The laws of the game balances offensive and defensive aspects of play, where an attacking style of game is encouraged.
No,
that's the last one.
No, that's the last one. The whole thing, because they wrote that off of the last Boy Scout, where they had the last 10 yards and he actively shot the defensive player.
Yeah,
like it's encouraged. Like, I don't know who you are, David Wayans, but I'm coming to your fucking red zone.
So to wrap this up, there are now Aussie football leagues around the world, most notably in Europe and the United States. The Arizona Hawks hails from my home state.
Bullshit.
And New York has the New York Magpies.
Boo, New York, boo.
Whereas, where we are right now, California boasts the Golden Gate Roos.
Woo! Show us your tits.
Los Angeles Dragons.
Fuck yeah, Dragons.
Orange County Giants.
OCGs, baby.
Sacramento Suns.
Those guys are assholes.
And San Diego Lions.
Can't trust them because I do a lot of fishing at San Diego and they fuck my shit up big wise.
It's the only state that has that many. California loves their Aussie rules football.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are here live on Stereo Streets. If you're hitting that button, if you're listening now, hit that button, see our faces. I would not recommend it. I would not recommend it.
If you're not listening now, it's a two-sided podcast, DWO-sided podcast on YouTube. And finally, I have to give a shout out to Damian Barrett, because he is the AFL media's chief correspondent and an award-winning journalist who is widely acknowledged as being the best newsbreaker in the AFL. He's affectionately known as Damo by all. Gotta love Damo.
Cool, neat, fun. Things you don't like and things like, I'm gonna, one more shout to Damo, but think this is why people drown their children. This is why children eat their brothers and sisters in the womb.
That's right.
Like,
that's why children eat their young.
No. You're doing good, John.
Doing so good.
Cover it up and keep moving because you're actively.
So before we get to some more messages, because we got a few more. The sources of this episode of Two Sided have been, first segment, vampires.com. Yeah, really. Britannica, history.com, villains.fandom.com, McGill University, and study.com. And second segment, AFL.com, rulesofsport.com, Britannica, and USAFL.com.
Here's the deal. My sources have been. Oh, look, that looks like a good. Look at this. Here's the deal, Tom. My sources have been. I can't stand gingers.org. I feel like you try too hard. .edu. Like you don't understand how the world sees you. .gov. You're unaware. .mil. All of these things of where I got my sources from, I'm just trying my goddamn best to keep it together.
Yeah.
And you are fucking full force New goddamn audience, John. Love you. Day 2. Nobody's dead yet.
Nobody's dead yet. Nobody's dead yet. You pour a shot. We're gonna hit these messages, and we're gonna get out of here.
All right. Pour a shot. We'll do it. See, he gets it. See, he gets it. Fucking, he gets it, bro. Bro, there's a handful of people I truly want to sit down and drink with. I'm like,
Yeah.
And literally, it all seems they're all here. Like,
Yeah.
that's the weird thing. But like, oh, you're funny. Like, but Jay Nunya and
Yep.
like MFA,
Yep.
fucking Sleepy,
Yep.
Mona Lisa, the
Foxes.
Fox. Well, no, but the thing is, Fox's MFA Spawn Banner all understood.
Yeah.
But they're all understood. Like, but God damn it! And then you start just naming names. Like, this is why, John. This is why things are better. This is why I drink heavily, and I try to record it. John, this is why we flew you out. John, this is why none shall pass. Who? None shall pass. Anyway, have a shot. Play more messages.
All right, we're gonna play a couple more because we have so many. Yeah.
Oh,
An older.
that's me. That's how I roll.
Legit.
Like, look at, dude. I don't like this. Like, I see how people cross the street to get away from me, and I see how my own seat.
It's a really good camera. That's the
No.
unfortunate thing.
No, I know. I see, but how I see a guy on the train, I'm like, God damn it! How do I have my own fucking row on the train every time? Like, it's fucking packed. And I sit down, and no one sits with me.
You're right.
Right?
Right.
UFC 2. %. It was great.
Sticky wicket.
It was great, but
Hey.
I'm saying all the good talks.
Go to the AFC, baby.
Strike Force, bro. Strike Force. Junkyard. BKK.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you, like, I watch like those shits. Like, I'm down with you. But yeah, the same. Yeah, UFC is, but it's all production. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, do you want good movies? Like, yeah, there's some great movies, but and you'll have to go underground. You'll find one or two.
Yeah.
But like, oh, here's 15 billion. Like, yeah, these will be probably more often better
Yeah.
than the shit you're trying to find. But because they're produced, like, yeah, I get it, but it doesn't mean they're good. Doesn't mean like, man, I'm with you. Like, I'm 100% with you.
Yep. Yep.
Get deep, get dirty. Let the dog in.
Yep. Yep. Get deep,
Play the
get dirty,
message.
let the dog in. That's what we do.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Get it, get it.
All right, so we got 4 more messages. So we got,
And we're gonna hit this.
Yep.
XFL. I'm a little shaky on XFL, but the AFL, USFL. I'm sorry, the USFL that they just brought back. I'm actually okay with that one. That one has some roots
I'm
in the
okay with
80s.
that, but the XFL.
The XFL is a little different. Yeah.
But if they're going to do any new league, but I feel like the NFL should be, because they're making all these rules, right? And they're changing football. Like, oh, you have these assassins. You have these, the Iron Curtain, you have like, this is all that is bad, which is awful.
Right.
Yeah. And then you have concussions and fucking brain hemorrhages. And you do the shit 10 years later.
You got the new helmets that are helping out. We got the new rules.
Fuck off. I don't care. But I'm saying, you give them better helmets, better everything, make them sign contracts. Like, all right, here's the deal. You don't get to take a timeout.
Yeah.
You don't get a penalty. You don't get that. You don't get it. It is now gladiator shit, but playing football.
Yeah.
Like, why are you getting hit? Like, no. All right, there's a chainsaw hidden on every 10-yard line. There's a hammer at 50s.
And it's hidden.
Yeah, there's an ice pick at 20s and 20s.
There's these mounds. Some of them have
no
chainsaws.
mounds, John. You have to put someone's head into the ground. If you are caught digging, they can kick you in the face and it's not a penalty. This is Thunderdome Part 3.
That's right. We are heading out of here pretty soon. We got just a couple messages left. Here we go.
100%.
Who's your girl?
I am
Spartacus.
Oh, that's a good girl. Yes. Who's your girl? Tell me. Who is it? Tell me. Good girl.
She is Spartacus. She is Spartacus.
Ripley, who's Spartacus? Who's it? Good girl.
Yeah,
that's Spartacus.
Good on ya. Oh, you're so good. You're so good. Such a good girl.
Oh, cheers, brothers. That was actually me, not the dog.
All day,
every day.
It's like we're in the same room with a couple of different. I know, yeah. You see the paint?
Oddly odd. Yeah.
No, shut up.
Shut it.
Shut your mouth.
You didn't play Benjamin?
Shut your mouth.
Jesus Christ.
I know. Yep, and that's fine. That's a good reboot. It sucks. Because they couldn't afford it otherwise, but they did it to reboot. And the thing is, the Birmingham, so the tickets were $10 a ticket. Yep, and right. I hear it, and that was a big thing.
And in Birmingham, Alabama, you have all the shots and cocks. We have two kinds of players, those with socks and those with knots. Can't believe we're still playing after everything we've done. John, I hope to see you after this fucking setting sun.
Cheers, brother. Cheers to you. Cheers to all of you.
Bink,
thanks for listening. You get a bink.
Oh no. Oh no. Can I borrow any spare change? Bro, you've never been to an Eyes Wide Shut sex party in Southern California.
Crazy.
Because people do it up there. I'm sorry, what were we talking about? Keep going.
No, you're good.
See?
There you go. See? $10 a ticket. They did.
See?
Oh, yeah.
Fucking Sleepy's in Alabama, bro.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know what city you were in, but my homies, you say every time. He was my roommate in college, and he was like, "Where are you?" Okay, no, John, hold on. Let's start over. Ready?
Alabama.
3, 2, 1. Perfect. Bro, you're from Alabama? Dude, in college, my roommate's from Alabama. I was like, "Dude, you're from Alabama?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm from LA." I'm like, LA? That's where I'm from. He's like, "Lower Alabama, son.
Lower Alabama.
LA. Lower Alabama. Come close to Florida. I'm gonna hurt them feelings."
Dude, I got a friend in California or in New York that loves the joke. He's like in his late 60s, and he's like, "Oh, you're going to LA? Yeah, Lake Arrowhead." That's it. That's his joke.
He's
He
an
just
idiot.
loves that.
Like he's an old man who's had a stroke and hasn't recovered. You need to report him so he can find his brain. That's not a joke. That's a fucking wreck.
So, my boy Pete, from this episode, is there anything that you'd like to take a second look at, a second glance, a second opinion, a second thought?
Yeah,
this is Pete's Retraction Corner.
all of it. That you have to read these words. That I realize that now I see you doing this. That you're the intros, the outros, the things you're reading that you just don't feel them and know them. It makes my soul hurt. Like actively, it makes my soul hurt. But I want you to know that I feel bad for yelling at you for being so stupid. Like you're just a stupid person, apparently. You paid enough money to get enough degrees, to do enough things that people understand the things that you're important, and you tell them quite often. And what my sorrow is that I didn't realize that is your fucking bread and butter. And that you cannot rely on any kind of personality and understanding of how we operate at any point. And I feel bad about that. That I have now brought this to the forefront of how not good you are. Nope, period.
Period. Hard stop.
Wow. So I feel bad about that. But also, people like you more and I don't like that. So also maybe I gotta stick with you so people like me more. So whatever.
We got 2 more messages. We got a shot that we're gonna pour and we're gonna get out of here into a quick green room. So here we go.
Real quick. Fuck. Oh, see?
LA. Yep.
That's what I'm saying.
That's awesome, bro.
GC. Mobtown. That's what I'm saying. I'm LA. Yeah, I know.
He loves it. He loves it so much.
No, 100%. If we can. I'm saying.
I know. This isn't 3,000 miles, bro.
Fuck that guy. Actively fuck him. And that is how the cookie crumbles.
That's a new shot in very, very weird, precarious motion on our YouTube.
No,
cheers to you, brother.
Here's the deal. I don't believe in you. I can't stand lying.
Cheers to everyone.
Cheers, everybody. Oh, no.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody. We have our open chat show live on stereo every Tuesday, same start as tonight.
8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern.
And or you want to throw some topics out there, just email twosidedpod@gmail.com.
That's TWO sidedpod@gmail.com.
And for those listening live, join our chat on the Stereo app in our green room right now. Let's go at the hour.
It's going to be at the hour, but I'm going to let you know it's going to be a quick one. We are on the road, and I have fucking didgeridoos to play. I might be able to negotiate some freedom for some hostages. If not, you won't see John till next Tuesday. But we got to be quick.
And so because of that, we're actually going to go 55 after the hour, 5 minutes earlier. So
we'll go
55
5 minutes
after the hour.
Everyone get all your fun things to say because I've said on mine, so we're going quick.
For after show wind down. And that's a wrap for tonight. I'm John Peacock, normally in Brooklyn, New York, currently in Southern California.
And I'm my boy Pete, normally in a state of okayness with John, but I'm normally now in a state of disdain that he's visiting in Southern California.
And this was our show. You can eavesdrop wherever you get your podcasts and even join us live, both on our YouTube channel, 2-Sided Podcast, and on the Stereo app.
Yep.
Every Thursday, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern, as we talk about the two sides of life, the serious and the fun, here on 2-Sided. Oh, man, I got to tell you this personally. I love you, Pete.
Please don't touch me. God damn it, he plays the kazoo after he touches me. I need an adult. I need a young priest and an old priest. And some fucking disinfectant.